Hey guys, I want these videos to be genuine, so I'm gonna start this first one off with a topic that is genuine. About 2 weeks ago, I got laid off from my job, and I have never been laid off from a job before. I've worked every single day basically since I was 16 years old. And so for me, this is a very strange feeling. I still have a bit of time with the company left, and I'm going to use that time to help as many people as I can. I should make this video. See if maybe I can process a little bit of it with you, and maybe I can help you as much as I want to help everybody else work through a challenging time. So you may see a lot of people on YouTube to tell you what to do when you get laid off, and a lot of advice. Are any of them actually laid off? Because I am. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just take a moment. Really, we found out in the middle of a week, and as you might expect, nothing happened the rest of that week. Everybody was communicating with each other, talking, trying to figure out what happens next. I heard a lot of fearful things. I heard a lot of angry things, a lot of disbelief. These are all incredibly common when you're dealing with grief, be it a loved one or a pet or this. It's a big life event. Something big is happening, and it's not always in your control. Like in this particular case, it's not in our control. So it's sudden, and now we have to come to terms with that sudden occurrence. The first thing that I really feel like everyone should do is just take a moment, find what makes them recenter, if that's what you want to call it. Don't make any big life choices. Don't buy something or sell something important, sign paperwork, or like make a life-altering choice. You just had a life-altering choice affect you. You really want to like allow that to process so that you can figure out how all of this is going to fit into whatever your next plan is. And speaking of your next plan, there are 3 things that I think are very important in order to get set right, get ready, and move on to the next step. So I'm going to share all of these with you. My goal is to be an open book here. And if you stay all the way to the end of the video, I will tell you the last one, which I think is the most important one. It's going to help you find your next job. What kind of headspace are you in? If you are angry or in disbelief, you're not ready to move on to the next steps. You're not ready to begin anything. That includes a job search, that includes a skills assessment. Find some time to address that. If you need to take a moment, go for a walk, or if exercise is your thing, reading a book, talking to a loved one, whatever you need to do to move through the process of grieving in order to get ready for the next step. If you are in a reasonable headspace, and I don't mean a good headspace, I don't know that anybody in this situation is in a happy headspace. I mean, you may feel relieved that this is all over. Some people have actually told me that they felt relieved once they were laid off. Some of it obviously felt other ways about it, but maybe there was some type of toxic relationship that you had and you weren't addressing. Maybe this was the kick that you needed to actually get it done. If so, great. You're already ready for the next step. Well, for those who aren't, make sure that you're there. So, what is the next step? Well, the next step is simply, what skills do you need to use to land your next job? And I don't mean the skills that you didn't have in your previous job or however you felt maybe got you on the list, or in the case of what we went through, it was everybody. There was no one to blame. It was just a company-wide initiative, right? But think about the job that you are doing. Think about the job that you would like to do. And what is the gap in between as far as skills assessment? I've got several people on my team that are working through building up their skill set so that they look more marketable for the next opportunity. Several people that told me they didn't have any project management experience, and when I explained to them what they had been doing on the team, they realized, oh, well, I was unofficially doing some project management. So in the case of all of the things that you might think you can do, think about the things that you are doing that could be extended a little bit to get to the next level. Perhaps you were doing more networking, project management, accounting, Excel than you actually realized you were doing. Take that opportunity to figure out what those things were. Find out how AI is going to affect your particular field. There are many jobs now that are being replaced with AI, but there's still a requirement that there is some human in the loop. So if you are in a field that you have a lot of expertise in, but that field is being replaced by AI, then find out how you can help manage the AI or be the human in the loop in this case. If you are looking to completely change careers and change directions to go some other path, then find out what AI tools are commonly used in that direction that would benefit you in order to take that next step. That's what you need to be spending this time on. So number one, let's address the headspace. And if you're in a good headspace, then let's address the skill gap. Once you've worked through those two things, then you're ready for the final step. And this final step is what will get you that job. So before I mention the very last step, I also wanted to throw in a couple of real quick bonus tips that you might encounter. Number one, consistency is key. Nobody goes and works out for one day really hard for a month and sees results. You see results from consistent approach. If you feel like you can just go cram all this information and do some certification test overnight, that may or may not work, but the real path to success is going to be a measured, consistent approach rather than just all at once, real intense. A lot of companies have employee assistance programs. They are humans you can talk to. Sometimes it helps to talk to somebody you don't know about this stuff. It helps you to process. It might actually help you get into a better headspace. And really soul search. I've worked at really small corporations. I've worked at large corporations. I've worked in healthcare and manufacturing all over. I managed a team of 17 people. I love that part. I love making a positive impact on people's lives. That was important to me. That's something I need to find a way to keep doing in my next role. I really enjoyed the fact that I could help, let's say, air traffic control all the projects that came into the team and helped find the best ways to pair up people's skill sets to make them successful, to teach them, to develop them. Remember that delegation always has a learning component to it. And if you're working with somebody and you have the opportunity to teach them something while giving them work that grows them, that's a double win. Everybody wins there. The work gets done, the person gets better, and really if they feel like they're making progress, that also helps their self-esteem. So never underestimate what you really want to do in this next role. So for me, I'm going to be looking at an opportunity that can meet some of those criteria. You really need to look at what's out there for you and maybe not just take the first thing that comes along. And I know it can be really scary to pass an opportunity up, but make sure that the job that you're looking for is a fit for both you and the employer. You are trying to solve a problem that they have and they are trying to solve a problem that you have. Okay, third and final tip. And this one is absolutely not clickbait. This is important. Leverage your network. Your network is what's going to find you your next job. You can submit thousands of applications screened by an AI ATS system. You might have all the magic keywords. You might get a couple of interviews. It is a challenging and frustrating process that I know many people have gone through personally, and it can feel so daunting. It can inspire fear. It can inspire hopelessness. There are a lot of people in your life that might be looking for somebody with your skill set. You never know. People you've worked with in the past, people that you've made a good impression upon, people that work at other companies that might know of some opportunity that might be coming up in the future. So call upon those people. Let them know that you're available. Let them know what you're trying to accomplish and that you'd love for the opportunity to talk with somebody. Because really, remember this. A resume might get you an interview, but it won't get you a job. An interview can get you a job. So make sure your resume is polished and ready to go. It does need to be tailored specifically to the role that you're trying to achieve. And there's lots of great YouTube channels that talk about this kind of stuff. That's not my expertise, and I won't be talking about that. Also, remember that when you get to the actual interview, You are a salesperson. You have to sell them on your value and what problem you can solve for them and how you can benefit them. And that's going to get you an opportunity for follow-up interviews or maybe even the job. But your network is usually what's going to get you the most traction on interviews and things like that. Make sure your LinkedIn, make sure your resume, make sure it's all ready to go. And remember, stay positive. Don't bash the employer that you were once at. That's not a good look. If this video was helpful, I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. If you were affected by a layoff like myself and you're going through this, I'd love to hear from you. So can you share with me in the comments what topics would you like to know about? I was a corporate manager for about 7 years in a large corporation. I've done HR. I've done all the hiring. I've been part of layoffs, and now I am part of being laid off. So let me know what you'd like to know, and I would love to share what experience I have with all of you. Until next time, thank you.